Let's begin our session now by drawing attention to the natural rising and falling of the breath, bringing the attention away from the mind into the body. Let's take a nice deep breath all the way from the depths of the stomach and exhale slowly, releasing tension, the mind and body. And let's take another deep inhalation, filling up the stomach, the chest, and exhale slowly. Let's calm and soothe the mind and body with the breath. And now let's bring attention to the crown of the head, visualizing or imagining a white light entering through the crown of the head and moving down the spine all the way to the base of the spine. And this white light has the capacity to calm any mental formation and bring a feeling of expansiveness, love and peace, moving all the way through the body, entering into the heart now. Any tension into the heart, any pain there, let's breathe in the white light and exhale, releasing. Noticing the field of this white light begins to expand all the way across the body and outwards. And so it encapsulates you in these feelings of being at ease and at peace. And being at ease and at peace, let's begin to deepen the hypnotic state simply by hearing me count down from 10 to 0, knowing that as I go down each number, this naturally deepens the hypnotic state by simply following my voice. Let's begin now at 10, 9, 8, and deeper at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Deep sleep, moving into the deeper state of the mind that is very suggestible and allows you to access subconscious imprints and all creative potential. And now with this, let's begin to imagine yourself standing in a very arid, dry land that's deserted. And everywhere you look, it looks like there's very little signs of life or love. It feels lonely here, unpredictable, unstable. There feels a disconnection from source or awareness. And next to you, you see your little girl, the one that has been so wounded time and time again. And she feels afraid and abandoned in this land, afraid to do anything. She seeks refuge anywhere. She just wants to hide and coil away. And she looks at you with desperate, abandoned eyes. And you look at her and you smile. because you realize that something has changed. Something has shifted for you both, but she doesn't know yet. So you guide her just ahead of you over a large sand dune. You know there is something ahead here. And she's unsure and uncertain, but she's come to trust you in some ways. And over this sand dune, it's almost unbelievable. But you come to the precipice of a sharp cliff. And there's a bridge connecting this cliff to a land so beautiful, so pure, so loving, a paradise. A divine paradise. A place where all beings recognize themselves and they have deep connection to source and awareness. And she is so overwhelmed by what she sees that she almost wants to run back to what she knew in the past, because at least she knew what to expect in this arid, dry, abandoned land. At least she knew how to live there. But you hold her hand and you promise her that there will never be a need for her to live in such limitation or fear again. That she is now free to live the life of her divine source as a divine child. And she looks into your eyes and something just switches and she trusts you. And as she trusts you, a golden bridge forms between the two cliffs. And so you take her hand and you both begin to walk very steadily, calmly and happily across this golden bridge to the divine land. And as you get to the end of the bridge, you notice your transformation, both yours and hers, into your divine potential, and you embrace her. And you tell her that from now on, she will experience unconditional love. And that she is a divine child. And that she is forever in the palm of awareness. And that she is always safe. And she was always provided for, and she is always loved. And whenever she places her mind on the divine, she can instantly cultivate anything she wants that is of love, that is of joy. She is self-aware. She is awakened. And so she dances and plays and runs freely through this divine land. And everywhere you look, you see reflections of this recognition. deeply recognize and you feel in your heart that the only difference between what appeared to be the abandoned land and the divine land was your connection to self-awareness. And so you hone in on this connection and you see it strengthen every day. And it strengthens in the child every day. And the child feels free to rise up from this divine land and enter waking life and to play and to be loved and to express herself, her emotions, her words, her musings, her creativity. And you recognize that she is always safe now because she is connected to divinity. She has remembered her divine nature as you have remembered yours. And just bring this recognition by placing your palms together and greeting yourself in recognition and greet her in recognition. And know that whenever you do this, it will reignite this awareness. And now just allowing all the images to begin to move back to the subconscious mind and to be given permission to arise consciously so that your waking life begins to take on all the aspects of the divine and pure land. And just allowing the mind to calm, clear, and allowing yourself to reach a state of relaxed mind, and allowing the mind to naturally drift into a state of sleep so that you sleep right through the night very easily. And the subconscious mind is able every day to help you in every way to feel greater love for yourself, receptivity to unconditional love, and the capacity to give unconditional love. The heart opens more and more every day, more and more in every way, and you find yourself being led by the heart to further and further awakening and awareness.